Power packs. Normally we mean the kind of battery you slip in your pocket to power your Pokemon hunt. This isn't one of those. This is the Anker Powerhouse, and it's the biggest battery I've ever reviewed. I'm Michael Fisher, and this is Mr. Mobile. The Powerhouse is portable in the kind of way that the first laptop was portable. It's about the size of a six-pack, and it weighs over 9 pounds. This isn't the kind of thing you casually tote around town, unless you want a lot of funny looks. Everything on the Powerhouse feels well made, from the thick handle with its soft-touch underside to the clicky buttons that activate each charging bay. Over 4 days of testing, I never got the impression that the Powerhouse was anything but a quality piece of gear, which is important for 2 reasons. First, at nearly $500, it's not cheap, and second, at 400 watt-hours, it's probably the most potential energy I've held in one hand. You want that kind of thing to be built right. The Powerhouse's theoretical capacity is equivalent to all these power packs put together. So much capacity, in fact, that you shouldn't fly on a plane with it in the US, because it's 4 times larger than the FAA says is proper for carry-on luggage. Of course, you're not supposed to take it on a flight. You're supposed to take it camping, or on a boat trip, or keep it in your closet for when a hurricane strikes. None of that was on the agenda during my review period, though, so I just decided to see how the Powerhouse would factor into my daily use. I plugged my Note 7 review device into one of the 4 USB ports, and my MacBook Pro Retina 15 into the AC power outlet. There's also a 12-volt receptacle here, but I don't have any electronics that use cigarette lighter adapters, so I didn't test that. The USB ports use Anker's Power IQ system, which I touched on in my Power Pack Roundup. Basically, it detects what kind of device is connected and then delivers power at the most efficient, safe rate. The AC charger will accept any standard US wall plug, and my MacBook had no complaints. I even managed to get my little Borg Cube mini fridge working off this thing. But don't go thinking you can power a coffee maker or microwave oven. The Powerhouse will disengage when it sees any draw over 160 watts. If you stick to more conventional scenarios, you'll be fine. And you know, it's a liberating feeling to know you can power your entire mobile office from this little box. The display gives you an estimate of time remaining to depletion, which changes based on what's plugged in and how much you're using it. But in my experience, I found it mostly unreliable. I'd much prefer just to see the percentage remaining instead. Now, the math on Anker's website is really fuzzy. It promises 40 smartphone recharges from the Powerhouse, which it probably got by dividing its total capacity by a slightly above-average phone capacity. But that's not how physics works. All kinds of inefficiencies crop up when you transfer power, especially when you're charging something like a laptop, because the inverter in the Powerhouse first has to flip the battery power to AC, and then the transformer on your charger undoes that to make the power palatable to your laptop. So there's lots of waste there. And also, I didn't pull any punches with my usage. I used my machine as I normally do, which means a lot of video editing. Hopping between Final Cut Pro and web browsing in Chrome with screen brightness at 85%, I drained the Powerhouse completely in a little over 4 hours. Now, that wasn't with a full Powerhouse. I had used it for 2 hours prior to that to keep my phone topped up while it was doing GPS navigation. Now, that's impressive. This thing powered my everyday devices at their most power-hungry modes for almost a full workday. But don't get bamboozled by the rated capacity, and don't take the marketing promises at face value. When it comes time to recharge the Powerhouse, the wall charger will get you from 0 to 5 hours of estimated capacity in about 90 minutes. I left it charging overnight, and it was full 8 hours later. Anker also has a solar charging solution on the way, but it wasn't yet ready at press time. The Powerhouse is a cool product, but it's also a very niche one. For most people, pocketable power packs are going to be a much better fit than this beast. And according to some Amazon reviews, there's basically no way to replace any of the cells in here once they inevitably wear out. Still, there's a lot of power here in a relatively small package. Its wide array of ports make that power very easy to get at, and it's much lighter than the immediate competition. So if you often find yourself just out of reach of a power plug, or often in the dark thanks to an unreliable electric company, the Powerhouse might just deserve a shelf on your workbench. Just as long as you remember that it's a battery, not a miracle worker. For more battery talk, because I know you love it, check out Mr. Mobile's earlier Power Pack video, folks, and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay mobile, my friends.